Welcome to the Hockey Dad Leafs Reactions. Okay, let's get right into it. Canadiens, Leafs, first of what, 3 in a row? Liljegren, he's in for Hall. Obviously, we all saw what happened to Hall, but this is more like they're using it as additional maintenance for him. Not serious, he will be back. So Liljegren's in the shutdown pair spot with Jake Muzzin. That'll be fun. So in the first period, just a few notes here. The broadcast, they compared Tyler Toffoli's streak to Austin Matthews. Like, Toffoli's having a great season. Don't get me wrong. What, 27 goals? Phenomenal. Austin Matthews is at 38. Like, I get it. Like, he has a lot of goals, but you can't really compare that, can you? Nah. And then I just want to chime in on this whole Josh Anderson comments. I saw there was a tweet out, and I listened to the Steve Dangle podcast this morning. But I saw the tweet where he was basically saying, like, you know, Matthews and McDavid, two different players. Matthews has Marner, and then there's just McDavid. He didn't say that at all. He did compare that they're two different players, and that Matthews and Marner together are great, basically. There was nothing about, you know, comparing the two and saying, like, one's better than the other or anything like that. So just be wary of that if you do see that on Twitter. It is what it is, but I think reporters need to be better with that. Anyway, into the game, and I'll say the Habs had early chances around the net, but like the Mighty Ducks, not the NHL Mighty Ducks, I mean, you know, Disney Mighty Ducks. The Leafs clear the garbage in front of the net. I think it happens twice, maybe 3 times within the first 2.5 minutes. They clear it in front. And then, of course, Riley scores a goal early. And I thought Galchenyuk got this goal. I did. I thought it looked like he got it. Broadcast, they had it, Riley, but Galchenyuk gets his first point against the Habs, so that's awesome. It went in. There was good traffic there. 1-0 early. And then the Leafs keep rolling. Simmons gets a great chance. He holds onto the puck. He gets space in front of the net. Tries to go high. Allen played that well. Obviously, Riley scored the goal after. Mikheyev gets a good chance. Then Muzzin gets a chance, but he whiffs on it. Then Liljegren gets a chance. He goes glove. Boom, saved by Allen. First 8 minutes, Leafs were on him. Then at 10:33, it's the first power play of the game, and that goes to the Habs. Galchenyuk with a hook off the draw. And on that power play, Campbell with a nice glove save on Suzuki. Caulfield hits the bar, and then Marner gets a breakaway shorthanded. He tries to go glove. Allen just gets a piece of it. Again, a nice save. Following the penalty kill, Tavares then makes a great move, and he tries to slide it 5-hole on, like, stuff it 5-hole on Allen. I wish he saw Sandin driving it out on the far side. He was open. That would have been a tap-in. Right after that, Campbell then stops Suzuki in the slot. A couple slot chances for the Habs in the first period. And then under 7 minutes to go, Allen stops a great cross crease feed from Simmons, fighting down the boards, getting it to Allen obviously came over. He made the solid save, kept the wickets shut. And then at 5:32, Matthews is given a gift from Petrie. Marner obviously gets a stick in there because that's what Mitch Marner does. And he goes high. Obviously, swearing followed because Austin Matthews gets those chances. You expect a goal. Then at 4:54, Leafs are back on the penalty kill. William Nylander with interference. In my opinion, like, both penalties are penalties, but they are still, they're weak. Like, I need those calls in my beer league because seeing that, I get hooked, interfered with like that all the time. Though I think if the refs called that, there would be fights. Not versus teams, with the officials. Anyway, on that penalty kill, Campbell 2 times in a row stops Kotkaniemi as he goes high, and the penalty's killed. Right after that, at around 2:30, Campbell robs Stahl right up front of the net. Then puck gets finally into the Habs zone, and Brooks, he crushes Merrill. Well, not crush him, but he gives him a good hit. Merrill, whiplash. And then not 10 seconds later, Foligno crunches him as well. That's great to see. Final minute, Galchenyuk gets a chance in the slot. It gets blocked. And then William Nylander on a 2-on-1 with Tavares. He tries to feed it over. It hits the D. And it goes right on net. Allen has to be sharp. He makes the save. And by the end of one, it's 1-0 Leafs. Campbell and Allen are both in it. They're both seeing the puck. They're playing phenomenal. Let's go to the second period. Second period now, of course, and the Leafs are shorthanded right away. 44 seconds in. Foligno, a one-handed trip, and another weak one. Anyway, on penalty kill, there's an open net for Suzuki. Muzzin blocks it. Then Marner gets in the shooting lane, blocks the rebound off of Muzzin. I forget who was in. Maybe Anderson was there. Another block. Playoff sacrifices right away. But it's all for naught because Tyler Toffoli scores like 5 seconds after his 28th of the season. And you know what? He is, he's no Austin Matthews. But yeah, I'm gonna have to admit, he made me my words a bit there from my first period take. What a signing by Montreal. What an absolute signing. Crazy. It's 1-1. And then, what was it? A minute and a half later, Leafs are finally on their own power play as Romanov bats the puck out of the air over the glass with JT's line putting some pressure on. And on that power play, Allen is sharp on Marner, makes the save. Edmondson makes a good blocks the passing lane when I think it was Marner trying to get it across to JT. Allen then blockers a Matthews shot. This leads to the Habs getting a 2-on-1. Evans over to Lehkonen, and holy Campbell, what a read. TSN turning point, hat pick, whatever you want to call it. Wow. It was beautiful. He read that nice. The first unit then, the puck's just hopping on them. There's misreads in their passing lanes, and it was just off after that, after giving up that 2-on-1. But I must say, it was nice seeing Sandin on that top unit. Love it. And I like Morgan Riley being on the second. Either way, I think it should be those two, 1-2. Either Riley in the first or Sandin. Riley in the second or Sandin. That's what it has to be. It's a good kill by the Habs. And then literally right after, they're back to the PK because Toffoli gets a trip on Simmons, I think. Just like Foligno. Weak call. And, Leafs second power play, the slingshot entry, it works. But again, the passes and the movement, it's not on, they're not crisp. And to be honest with you, it just felt too slow. They were holding on the puck too long and just giving the Canadiens too much time to react. Period goes through, and about mid-mark, 10:55. At 10:55, William Nylander gets sprung by Galchenyuk on a breakaway. Nice right pad save. I saw what Willie was doing. I thought he had it, but boom, kicks it out. Allen does. It was nice. And then Jumbo Joe gets to reunite with Matthews and Marner. And at 2:39, Jumbo behind the net feeds it up top to Muzzin. Muzzin shot. It looks like it's going wide. Tie in wide. Matthews. What a tip. He gets body position on, I believe it was Edmondson. Beautiful tip. His 39th of the season. And it's 2-1 Leafs as we enter the third period. Third period now, and Foligno's out. So obviously, I think that upper body's still going from the second period. Thornton was in there playing with Matthews and Marner. He played a couple times again in the third. Note, JT had a hell of a shift, fighting for the puck, fighting off Petrie. It led to the Leafs' third power play. And it was a bit of a change. Riley was back out. Simmons was out there. But the power play still fizzles. I think the Leafs were just trying different looks just to see how it went. But really, there was no oomph to it. There was no real tenacity. There was options to shoot, and they just weren't shooting. It just didn't look good. Campbell then has to make a big save, and the Leafs just seem like they're really laid back. And it sucks. The Leafs should have won this game. Let's just say that. We're just going to skip. We're just going to skip through the third. Leafs should have won. And then Habs pulled the goalie. and Deneau scores with like a minute left, maybe less than a minute left. I don't know how it went in. I honestly don't. Well, I do know how it went in, but it doesn't make any sense to me. I thought Campbell's foot was on the post, and Deneau just shovels it between the post and his skate somehow. Blows my mind how that went in. I think the Leafs kind of held back a bit. Maybe the injury kind of spooked them. Come on. Like, in the end of the game, like, Montreal wins the game. Spoilers, obviously, you already know. Montreal wins the game in OT. Campbell only faced 23 shots. Damn. Anyway, let's just go to OT. So we go to OT, and it's just boring, in my opinion. You know, majority of it was Montreal just holding it, taking it in. Oh, let's go back to the neutral zone. You know what? Let's just regroup all the way back into our own end, and we'll just do power skating. That's how it felt to me. You know what? It got a little exciting, a little bit there, tidbits, but, you know, not the best overtime. I guess Montreal kind of did the same thing against Ottawa the night before, and it worked, and guess what? It worked again. They did, however, they were really good at keeping the Leafs to the outside. They did it at one play, and Tavares ended up trying to cut into the middle, lost his footing. Toffoli went on a breakaway. He missed the net. And then we get to the final minute, half minute, and JT and Riley, McCabe's at the side of the net. It's 3-on-2 within the Canadian zone. JT to Riley. Riley holds it, feeds it back to JT, rings it off the post. So you know what's going to happen. Montreal goes the other way. Caulfield, Petrie holds up the blue line. Caulfield jumps over the boards, gets it to Caulfield. Forget the Montreal Canadian there. Maybe it was Armia. Drives the net. Lane opens up to shoot. Posted in. 16.8 seconds to go. Montreal does it. They do it. They beat the Leafs 3-2 in a game they shouldn't have won, in my opinion. In a game they shouldn't have won. Leafs still got a point. They're at 72 points. They should wrap up first. Montreal, however, do they get third? It's there for the taking. Anyway, yeah, that's it. They lose an OT in a game they should have won. 3-2 Canadiens. But hey, Caulfield, good on you, man. Back-to-back game-winning goals in OT. Good for you. So I guess the last thing for me, since, you know, the Leafs played the Montreal Canadiens in those 2 times, they play the Jets again as well. Who would you rather see in the first round? Do you want this ragtag group of Montreal Canadiens where there's injuries galore, but somehow they're making it work? Or do you want the Jets who are just free falling down the standings and it's a good thing Calgary and Vancouver suck? Who do you want? Do you want the Winnipeg Jets and potential Vezina champion Connor Hellebuck? Though his team's fizzling. He's fizzling a bit, but come on, it's Connor Hellebuck. Or do you want the Habs? Let me know. Comment down below. That's it for me. Leafs lose in OT 3-2. They are 33-13-6. Bring on the next one. Go Leafs, go.